Well, the biggest news this week is the insolvency of FTI Group, which is a German-based tour operator and the third largest tour operator in Europe. And what does that mean for Lanzarote? Well, specifically, they own 4 hotels on the island, branded La Branda, and 3 of them are in Puerto del Carmen, El Dorado, Los Cocoteros and Playa Club. And the 4th is in Playa Blanca, and it's called Suite Hotel Alisa. Now, at the moment, those hotels are trading pretty much normally, but there are some other issues that have spun out of this insolvency. FTI Group own a couple of bed banks, and these are accommodation providers, which are used by other tour operators and travel agencies to book accommodation. Notably for UK viewers, Love Holidays use one of those, in fact 2 of the suppliers that are in difficulty as part of FTI Group, to book people's accommodation. So the important thing is that if you've got a holiday upcoming with Love Holidays, for example, have a look at your hotel voucher and see who's actually providing the accommodation. Love Holidays have said they will do their best to sort everybody out as soon as possible, but there have been issues, notably in Turkey and Cyprus, where the hotels, where people are currently staying on a Love Holidays booking, are being asked to make a nightly payment in order to be able to continue staying at the hotel, because the bills for their travel haven't been paid by Love Holidays suppliers. We have the Wine Run coming up on the 15th and 16th of June, and to me it's one of the island's best events. You can do it as a run up to 21 kilometres, or a shorter run of 10 kilometres, or you can do a walk. And it's just one of those really nice days that you spend out in the countryside in Lanzarote. You can stop and taste wine if you're a walker. There'll be little stations set up through the wine region where you can probably have a nibble of tapas, and then at the end of it there's always a really big party where all the runners and walkers arrive, and there's a tapas and a wine fair where you can try local food and drink and so on, and live music as well. So that's the Wine Run. There's about 2,000 people entered into it from 32 countries, so that's going to be a big weekend next weekend. Now, as you probably know, we're very close to the coast of Africa here. We've got the Sahara Desert, which is about 68 nautical miles that way. We had quite a big issue last year with immigrant boats coming over, a significant number of them bringing people who had paid criminal gangs to help them make the trip from Africa to Lanzarote. The story there, well, the Canary Islands in general actually, but Lanzarote as well. The story there sold is that the Canary Islands are the gateway to Europe, and once you're here, that you'll be able to travel throughout Europe and get residency and jobs and all those kind of things. Of course, it's a lie, and sadly, so many of the people who come here, who make it, because it's quite a journey to undertake, end up just simply being transported back home, having spent their entire life savings on the trip that brought them here in the first place. The good news is that this year the numbers are significantly down. In the first 5 months of 2024, they're down 40% on the same time last year. So I think the message is finally getting through. Incidentally, you can probably hear aircraft above me. That tells me that the wind is blowing the wrong way here, and aircraft are landing over land rather than going out to sea and coming in. We get them, I don't know, I guess about a dozen times a year, and it does make a difference to the tranquility of Aria, where I'm shooting this for you. Now, apparently Lanzarote will be hosting an eco rally on the 12th to the 14th of July. Information about this is a bit sketchy at the moment, but what I do know is that there will be 3 classes of vehicles in this eco rally. There will be hybrid vehicles, plug-in hybrid vehicles and fully electric vehicles. So it should be quite interesting, and I'm looking forward to going along and finding out more about it and seeing what's going on. It'll be quite weird to hear electric cars going around a rally course without any engine noise. So we'll keep you posted on that, but if you're going to be on the island on those dates, then pencil it into your diary, because it might be something worthwhile watching. Now stay tuned for the story about the naked cyclist, because it made me laugh and I'm sure it will make you laugh. And while we're having a quick break here, please do subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We're trying to build our viewership on YouTube to the same sort of levels that we have with our website, Lanzarote Information. So we'd be really grateful for a subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you've got any questions for me, just post a comment below and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Now, Arrecife has grown significantly over the last few years as one of the premier Canary Islands cruise ports. What we don't really have is the infrastructure to support cruising here in a big way. Basically, people turn up on a ship, they walk off the ship, and they arrive in Marina Lanzarote or in Puerto Neos, depending on where the ship docks, and then have to kind of find their way around the island. So I was quite pleased to see that work has now started on building proper cruise terminals at both of those locations. There's going to be a big one in right where the marina is, about 1,000 square metres, and there'll be a smaller one about 580 square metres at Puerto Neos to take care of the ships that go into there. And obviously there'll be facilities in there like car hire and all the usual things you would expect in a cruise terminal. But what is interesting is that the one in the marina, they are designing it for vessels that are going to use Arrecife as a home port. One of the issues we've had in the past is because we don't have home port facilities, people haven't been able to embark and disembark easily from the ships, you know, and start a holiday in Arrecife or finish a holiday, a cruise in Arrecife. So that hopefully will change, and I'm sure the tourism department will be talking to the cruise ship owners to see if any of them are interested in making Arrecife one of their home ports for the winter cruise season. And that will then give people the opportunity to come and spend a week here and then go for a cruise, or vice versa, go for a cruise and then spend a week on the island afterwards. Yeah, I love this story. Juan Ramos Rosales is a firefighter from Lanzarote, and he's just completed an epic tour of all 8 islands in the Canary Islands on his 150cc Vespa scooter. And I think it's quite a job to do that. We did all 8 islands, but we did it from the comfort of a car. We did it in 21 days a couple of years ago. But Juan Ramos, or JR, has done it on his little scooter, carrying everything he needed for the trip. And good job to him, and he's, I think, raised the profile of firefighters in Lanzarote and raised some money for charity as well. Also good news this week, the Bosquecillo, the secret forest above Aria. If any of you have been there, it's near the radar station that has epic views down to Famara. Well, there's been a picnic area there for years, and there are tables and chairs and barbecues that anyone can rock up and use. But it's got a bit tatty and fallen into a bit of disrepair over the last few years. Well, the Cabildo have now announced a big investment that's going to go and clean it all up there. So all the areas will be cleared of weeds and so on. New barbecues will be going in, new tables and chairs. There are also going to be security cameras there to prevent vandalism and, you know, anything going wrong when there's nobody around there. That work should take place over the next couple of months, and hopefully by midsummer that will be ready for use again and up and running. We often used to go there when the children were young, and, you know, we'd take a packed lunch of a barbecue and stuff like that and sit around, enjoy it with a lot of other families who were doing exactly the same thing, often on a Saturday or a Sunday lunchtime. There was a small earthquake on La Palma this week, registered 2.2 on the Richter scale. The volcanic experts here have said it's nothing to be alarmed about, it's nothing to worry about. It was almost certainly a lava shift from the eruption that took place there a couple of years ago. So the lava is still kind of moving and finding its natural new position there. So they say don't worry about it, and we certainly didn't feel it here, but I think people on La Palma did feel the earthquake. Unemployment continues to fall on the island. It's another 8.3% down on this time last year, and the total number is down to 7,766 people unemployed on the island. Actually, we're in a situation now where it's quite difficult for employers to find the right people to employ. So we have a good employment market from an employee's point of view, if you like, currently here in Lanzarote. Football fans may well remember the name Oscar Vladimir Ramos. Oscar was the scorer of the goal in the 2001 Copa del Rey, where UD Lanzarote went into the lead 1-0 against Real Madrid here in Arrecife. So he's been a hero of the island ever since, as the guy who scored the goal against the Galacticos. He's now retired, of course, but he's going to be honoured this week. He's from the municipality of Aria, and he's going to be honoured this week with a special award from Aria, recognising his work for football and since he retired for coaching on the island. And finally, I promised to tell you about the naked cyclist. And this is just the bizarrest story. A guy was filmed by a lot of people on social media riding through Guatiza completely naked, other than a helmet and a bum bag. I'll run some video footage if I can, but if I can't get the copyright on it, I'll put some pictures up of him from stills. It's just the bizarrest thing, and the only thing I can think is that he thought that Charco de Palo, which is the naturist resort on the island, extended to the whole island, and it was okay to be able to ride his bike around naked. But it isn't. I don't think he was caught in this case. I think people had a smile on their face, but a bit of a strange thing to do, I'm sure you'll agree. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching our videos. We really, really appreciate all of your views and your comments and your likes and everything else. We'll be back the same time next week. Bye for now.